Welcome to my reaction to this year's holiday movie, My Christmas Guide. I am happy you're here. So, if you're one of my regulars, it's probably no surprise why I chose this film, because it has Amber Marshall. And any of my Heartland friends and family knows that I'm doing the Heartland reactions here on my channel. If I remember, I will try to link them in the outro. So when I heard Amber was doing a Christmas movie, I thought, well, I can watch this. Now, I will admit this is a couple years after the film came out. I believe this came out in 2023, so I am a little late, but I had other things that I had to get done. But as we just wrapped up season 19 of Heartland, I figured this was the perfect time. The premise of this movie, obviously, you guys already know, that's why you're watching this, is a guy who is blind, gets a seeing eye dog, and Amber Marshall plays the dog trainer, and obviously sparks are going to fly between them, and at the end, of course, they will be together. I'm really glad to see Amber do some other things. At the time of recording, I heard that she was in an episode of Murdoch Mysteries, which I may or may not try to react to here on the channel. It is premiering in January, so I may do it here on the channel, but I think that's pretty cool. I know that probably a lot of the actors are starting to branch out and do other things. Again, this was like 2 years ago, but I remember seeing posts about it back in like February of that year or so. And I think she might have been either further in Canada or had gone to Alaska or something to film it. I don't remember exactly. I just remember seeing pictures of it, and they were talking about a Christmas movie. And I think it might have had a different title at first, so I kept looking for that and not seeing it. And then, of course, it came out as My Christmas Guide. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome. If you are a fan of Hallmark Christmas movies, welcome. I am too. I will admit I have not watched as many in the last couple of years as I should. I do have a list in my queue, which hopefully I can watch here in the next week or two before Christmas. I'm sure it's going to be the same format as always. And they meet. We've seen on the preview, she says something about she already has a boyfriend. Of course, she's going to leave the boyfriend for the blind guy. I mean, it's the same typical fare that we obviously love because Hallmark continues to do it. Let's get started. So festive.
I'm sorry. And they continue into the spring. It's my favorite part of the class. Don't make me give that up.
I'm not making you do anything. I'm just saying, consider it. They're just getting started on construction, and this place is only...
Ever had a guide dog before? We've never had a dog.
I'm not jumping to conclusions.
Well, I think you are. Each of the way, I'm going to walk you through the whole process. Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Earlier she said, like, throw the...
You're the best.
I love her for long. Just dump it. I mean, she will.
And on top of that, I'll say John's Basilica.
They see it
Big bag. And we thought I was going to let down my jaw every time. I just can't think of it.
It seemed like something she would do.
Sight. Start to pick up on certain things.
Oh, yeah.
I may be blind, but I can see pretty clearly that Peyton deserves better.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously he's jealous because if he didn't think that there was something between them, he wouldn't have said
Look, I think I owe you an apology.
Who is it?
I think I'm doing this wrong.
Thank you for everything. You've made this Christmas as special as any we've ever had.
Is she going to explain what happened with
You
Chad?
and Annie have done the same to me.
Maybe she did when she came in.
I've never known a woman inside and out was as beautiful as you.
There you go. So, of course, it ends up with them. It would have been nice to have gotten a sequel. You know, a couple years down the road, maybe they're engaged, and the story continues. Obviously, we knew that they were going to. When he asked her to come in there, I was like, well, maybe she explained about Chad. We obviously didn't get that information. But the whole touching her face obviously is something that would be common. How people who are visually impaired can know like their person and whatnot by touching because they know the shape of the face, if there's any scars or anything, they know that way. Even if he can't physically see people. You know, like Chad was saying, she's a beautiful woman. He's like, because he can see, he was able to kind of see her soul, basically. So I guess we can figure that Trevor is going to continue working at the university. Although, as I said, like, why not just do online classes? If security is an issue, then have him teach online. Doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Especially, now in the post-COVID era. So you could tell that she was frustrated with Chad. I mean, it was nice seeing them at the dinner and seeing them kind of argue. Obviously, the guy thought that they were okay. And I'm like, dude, what part of this argument do you think is going to result in this? I do wonder what happened. Because it sounded like, from what I was gathering what this chainsaw guy was saying, was he didn't actually have the trip planned. The whole point was that he was going to be taking her to Mexico. And I'm like, you do realize, dude, that you're going to have to follow through on that. Or disappoint her later, which he probably would have. But good old Max. Max got a home and everything. So, yeah, it would have been nice to have. I feel like a few things were left open, I mean, Trevor talking about his wife, they divorced because she met someone new, and it's like, so you just gave up Annie, too, when that happened. So, but of course, it's the typical formula. She's got a boyfriend that she's not exactly happy with, and, there's always like a divorcee, a widow or widower. It's a typical Hallmark formula. But it was pretty good, Really glad to see Amber. She looked gorgeous. It was great to see Amber in it. Something definitely different for her. I wonder why she decided to do it because, for so many years, she just had Heartland. But yeah, this came out I think in 23. So obviously 2 years ago she started branching out doing other things, and then as I said at the time of recording, there's a Murdoch Mysteries coming up in January, so obviously branching off and starting to get another work. I hope that she does do another Hallmark movie at some point, and maybe she will. You know, maybe once Heartland is completely wrapped up, she'll be like, yeah, you know, let's get another one done. But it's nice to add to her resume. And yeah, I do believe with that Ben Mayer, I do believe he is blind in real life. I think I saw something about that. So again, kudos to him for still being able to work and have a career even with his disability. It's just like the actress from Supernatural. She's deaf in real life, and so of course they added that into her character on the show. And it's great. It's great that people with disabilities are not letting the disabilities keep them down. They are showing and proving to us all the time that they are just as awesome as everyone else. You know? You don't let a disability get you down. And in a way, Trevor was kind of feeling sorry for himself. Talking about like simplifying his life, getting rid of giving Max back, and the thing with the university, it was him feeling sorry for himself. You know, he had talked about his confidence had been shaken and everything. So yeah, that's what it was feeling bad because of his disability. Peyton showed him that he doesn't need to. So I thank you for joining me for my reaction to my Christmas guide. Obviously, nothing really shocking or earth-shattering was going to happen in it. Pretty typical, standard fare, but I'm glad that I have finally seen it. I can now take it off of my queue. And a great performance by Amber. I was kind of wondering if, you know, there might have been some Heartland references in there, but I didn't catch any. That would have been kind of funny if there was, but I'm glad that she is branching out in her career. Like I said, I hope we see her do another Hallmark movie at some point. And that Ben Mayer, as I said, he looks a lot like Tom Ellis. I would have thought it was Tom Ellis at first if I hadn't, you know, seen the name at the beginning of the cast. So thank you for joining me. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content, hit that notification. So I thank you for joining me for my reaction to my Christmas guide. Obviously, nothing really shocking or earth-shattering was going to happen in it. Pretty typical, standard fare, but I'm glad that I have finally seen it. I can now take it off of my queue. And a great performance by Amber. I was kind of wondering if, you know, there might have been some Heartland references in there, but I didn't catch any. That would have been kind of funny if there was, but I'm glad that she is branching out in her career. Like I said, I hope we see her do another Hallmark movie at some point. And that Ben Mayer, as I said, he looks a lot like Tom Ellis. I would have thought it was Tom Ellis at first if I had, you know, seen the name at the beginning of the cast. So thank you for joining me. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content, hit that notification bell so you will be alerted of future reactions. In the comments regarding the movie. Obviously, it's the holiday season, so let me know what your plans are for this holiday. I thank you so much for joining me. May you get everything your heart's desire this Christmas, this New Year, and going forward. I hope for all good things for everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys